curiosity killed the cat, and I was very curious. I seen all these laser welders being shown all over social media, and I had to get one for myself. So this is the machine I bought. This machine was specifically designed for welding, but it does have the capability of doing cleaning, and that's what I want to show you today is the cleaning feature of this particular machine. So it's a 2000 watt laser, fiber laser. It is water cooled, but before you get too excited, let me tell you my experience with buying this machine. First and foremost, I wanted one of these laser welders. I wanted to try them. I looked at a bunch of different companies that had them, and they were way out of my price range. I found this machine here for $5,000 shipped to the door. The biggest reason I wouldn't do this again is because I had no support after the sale. Getting consumables is really tough. There is a language barrier trying to deal with the salesman that I was dealing with. Using WhatsApp, just trying to get in contact with them. It's become such a hassle where I don't even want to mess with it anymore. The instruction manual that's sent is all in Chinese, and Google Translate does do its job, but it's still unclear on a lot of these directions. So if I was going to tell you to do the same thing I did, I highly recommend you don't. Find someone locally that is servicing these machines and using these machines. So the control face is pretty self-explanatory. The scan width on this is going to be 30 millimeter. Because this machine was designed specifically for welding, it doesn't have the option to go to higher scan widths. Peak power is 2000 watts. I'll run it right now. Basically, I usually run it about 800. And it's pretty self-explanatory how to do it. You import, save, now we're at 800 watts, 100% duty cycle, and 2000 hertz on the frequency. So before I get into showing or demonstrating how this laser works, the safety things to keep in mind is gloves. You obviously got to have gloves. This is a powerful laser. Definitely not a toy. There are special goggles that you have to wear. If you search these online and you try to find laser goggles, there's all kind of brands. There's different price ranges. If you're like me, the higher price ones is probably what you want to do. You only have one set of eyes, so make sure you protect your eyes. And you do need an area that no one's around, because that beam will travel and it will hit other surfaces and burn other surfaces. I'm in a welding shop, so I have fume extractors. So definitely have ventilation in mind, a respirator, because as it's burning this rust off, or the paint or the powder coat, it definitely puts off a lot of fumes, or preferably you could do it outdoors. The thing I find most useful about this machine so far is its ability to clean rust. Way cleaner than the sandblasting, way cleaner than having chemicals and trying to put this stuff in chemicals and waiting for that to come off. So I'm going to show you how this laser cleaner works on these rusty parts. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. I will be posting a video about this thing welding. So if you want to see it welding, laser welding, I can show that video. So make sure you hit those buttons and subscribe. So as you can see, it doesn't take long. It's a little warm to the touch. But nothing terrible. It even removes some of that old paint that was out on the bottom here. I mean, that's, I missed a few pieces on the side here, but I think you get the idea of how this thing works. Even give you an idea of what it'll do to a piece of wood. And obviously the higher the wattage, the more it would burn it. So single layer of powder coat right here. This does not have primer on it, but I think if it had primer, it'd be the same. Make sure your fume extractor is running when you're doing this. But I'll show you how it will remove powder coat or paint. But remember, we're burning this powder coat and we're burning this paint. But this is what it looks like, just a powder coated piece. and I'll run the machine. I'm at 800 watts, and I'll show you how it will remove it. Again, make sure your fume extractor is running. So it'll remove the powder coat. Again, this is just a single layer on a flat sign, but it burns it off, and it does the same with paint. I've tried it with paint also. To wrap this all up, the main thing to remember is I was just a curious guy that was on a budget, and I wanted to buy one of these machines. Would I do it again, or would I recommend it? I don't, because it was kind of a process. It's hard to deal, you know, just a small shop guy trying to deal with some company in China. I don't recommend going that route. I highly recommend finding someone locally that is very familiar with them. I'm going to throw a name out, Corey with Alien Laser Cleaning. Look up his website. Try to contact that guy if you're interested in one of these machines. This machine was designed for welding, and it has a cleaning feature. But there are machines out there that are specifically designed for cleaning, and I think this kind of demonstrates the benefits they are in a small shop. Lots of things to consider when it comes to safety. These things are powerful. Fume extractors, or do it outside. A respirator is a good idea. You got to have special goggles to even use it. But that's the main thing. I wanted to share this with everyone and just kind of show you what my experience with this has been so far. I wish they offered better training. I wish I had more support on this system so I could utilize it better. A huge learning curve, and when you don't have anyone to ask, it's pretty tough. Make sure to hit that like button and the subscribe button, hit that notification button. I will be posting some videos of me using this in welding, so you can get an idea of how it works welding.